Say hi to my video. Say hi. Say hi. Puppy, say hi. Say hi. Stop waving. Say it. You used to say it. Is it because we're using back camera? Say hi. Hi everybody. This is Zayne. We've been talking about Zayne the whole time. Zayne, say hi. Say hi. Hi. That's pencil. Say hi. Alright, say bye-bye. Bye. Say thank you for watching mommy's video.
Yes.
Say thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. This says thank you for watching the video. Say thank you. Mwah.
Yes.
Mwah. Alright. Let's go. Hi everyone. If this is the first time of you seeing this face, welcome to my channel. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. Today I'll be sharing my experience on my emergency C-section delivery. And if that is something you would like to watch, make yourself comfortable, relax, and let's jump right into the video. So a little backstory. I got married 2019 November, and by January 2020 I got pregnant. Pregnancy was generally okay. It was smooth, it was fine, I was healthy, baby was healthy. And then due date came and I was supposed to be in the hospital, but days before there was no sign of mucus plug, nothing. A day before that happened, I wasn't in labor. I had to go on a walk one evening to like shake baby up a little. Took a very long walk, came back very tired, but nothing still happened. And then on my due date, nothing happened. But by the evening of that day, because it was on a Sunday, I now had to, in the evening, say towards 8 p.m. or so, I started feeling some kind of way, having some feeling that I knew that my labor has started. I was in the early stages of labor. So I got my bags ready. I already packed my bags, my hospital bag. I just needed to make sure I put some few essentials in there to make sure I had everything I needed. So I was just restless, and the labor would come and go. The space in between was very far apart and it was quite uncomfortable. I managed to take a nap, but I couldn't sleep most of the time because of that pain. So I said I didn't want to go to the hospital that night, that I was going to go to the hospital the next day in the morning. So when morning came, 5 a.m., I was actually at my other sister's house then with my husband. She helped, took us down to the hospital. And when we got to the hospital, they checked me and they're like, I was about 2 centimeters dilated. I was like, all this time that it's almost like 10 hours or 12 hours of labor and it's just 2 centimeters. That was like really disappointing. So, but anyway, put me in a room. I was there in the room, labor still continued. Had another lady, another woman who was like in the hospital about to give birth. She's gone like very far, and it wasn't long after she had a baby, and I was like, thank God, oh, I'm happy for her that hopefully mine is going to come fast and easy like that too, and then I have my baby and then we can now go home. Little did I know that the story was about to change. So we're there sitting down. My husband was waiting. He still needed to go to work that day, but he wanted to make sure that I was fine and baby was out, thinking it was something that he can actually calculate, let's say 3 to 6 hours and baby will be fine. For where it was not that easy. So later, the nurses came to check me And they were even laughing at me like, you say you're in labor and you're still well dressed. You don't know anything. By the time labor will start, it's not somebody that will tell you. You want to go naked. You want to rip off all your clothes and go naked, and feeling like you don't care. You just want this baby out. So I just laughed. I went to take a bath, came back to the room. Later, the doctors came to check me, and I've heard about this until I experienced it. Like, nobody was going to do that to me. The doctors wore his glove, and then too much information, but I have to say this if you're like me that didn't have this experience, so that you know what, if I thought this happens to you, you know what you're up against. So they just put their hand inside their hand into my V and try to check how dilated I was. And he said it was about 4. I progressed a little, between 4 or 5 centimeters. I was like, I'm like, yeah, halfway through, but I still have a long way to go, because if it's like 7, 8, you know that okay, the remaining one shouldn't take more than an hour or two, will come really fast. But the rest was just really dragging. So he checked, and then checked baby's heartbeat, and he noticed that the heartbeat was a bit slower. It wasn't like before. The numbers were dropping, and he said if it doesn't improve in 30 minutes, that we might have to opt for CS. And before now, I used to think that anytime I want to have my baby, I'm just going to just do CS jejely and move on with my life. But many things happened in that year. I lost my mom, and for some reason I'm like, okay, since I've been having a very smooth pregnancy, I was healthy, baby was healthy, my blood level, everything was fine. Maybe I should just try this first time and then have my baby vaginally, and actually maybe experience what my mom experienced having us. So when that happened, I didn't even waste time. My husband and I told the doctor that we don't even need to wait for 30 minutes. Please bring the form, let's sign quickly. Sign it and let's do the CS thing. The most important thing when you say safe delivery is that mother and child, they are fine, they are safe, they are alive. So we did so. We signed, and then the now, since it wasn't prepared, it wasn't booked before time, we had to wait for the person that was going to give me the injection. I think, is it called epidural or something, on my back, my lower spinal cord. So waiting for him was it was like it took forever. I was in so much pain, but I wasn't shouting, I wasn't screaming. My husband would try and rub my waist, my back, and I wasn't getting any relief. But when my sister does it, I'll feel a little relief. I asked her, like, please, stop rubbing it. Do it like my sister. The way she's doing it, I'm feeling a little relief, but not your own type. He was just patient and watching me. So they had to move me from that room to the theater room. I was just praying like, Jehovah God, please hasten the footstep of this man to get here quickly, so we can just start with this surgery and be done with it. So that was my prayer. And all the while, I was just trying to practice my breathing techniques, because one of my aunts told me that if you scream and you shout, try not to bite any nurse, try not to abuse your husband or do anything, because if you do in this first pregnancy, you continue doing so in other pregnancies. So with all the breathing techniques I've learned online, I was just trying to practice those and try to stay calm, but I was in so much pain. There's a clip of me trying to even dance to the Dike song. I was playing different music to help me feel positive and fine. My husband was helping with that, with this Bluetooth speaker my elder brother gave me a while ago. So I was just using that to have fun, but in between probably will be dancing, and then the next thing the labor will start and I'll feel that pain, and I'll be like, I need to sit down now and rest. I'll insert a clip or two of me vibing to this music. So Like I said, they moved me to the theater room, waiting for the man. But it wasn't even up to 5 minutes. He arrived, but after I arrived, I was like, okay, thank God he was here. One of the nurses was still telling me that, are you sure you want to do this surgery? Just, I'm sure by now you'll be like 7 or 8. If you just wait a little more, a little longer, that you just push your baby, oh, you do like the Hebrew woman. I was like, thank you, nurse. So it's not your money, it's not your body. I'm not trying to form strong woman. There's distress here and something is causing it. So if surgery will make the baby come out fine, and I'll be fine, and that is good for me. Don't try to advise me. Thank you for your advice. So finally, after a while, they prepped themselves. Then they took me in to prep me, you know, clean up my back, and then told me to sit still for the injection. I've heard in the past that if you move while they give you that injection, that you probably will be paralyzed from waist down. I was really scared. I was like, how am I going to do it? Will my husband be there to hold me? You know, I didn't know what to expect, but I had to like psych myself. You don't want anything to go south in Joma. You have to, cooperate and do the right thing. I said, okay, fine. They gave me a pillow to hold on my tummy, and I had to bend like this. Then when I did this, my husband the whole time was filming it, filming the video. Earlier when we told the doctor about doing it, I wasn't even a YouTuber then. I was like, my wife is a YouTuber. She needs this video. Like, they've never really experienced anything like that. But okay, if we insist, they'll let us do it. So he was videoing the whole process, even though that the other two people in the theater room were trying to block a little. Was just outside the glass door doing it, encouraging me and cheering me up like, babes, you can do it. You won't even feel the pain. Before you know it will be done. So I just stood still, and it was later when I was watching the video, I didn't even remember lots of things, but from the video I saw that it gave me like three times 3 shots of that injection. And after a while, I felt numb from my waist down, or will I say my belly down to my legs. They literally had to move my legs in navigating to do what they wanted to do. So yeah, this surgeon and the other two people helping and the nurses, they were just gisting, talking about from football to random things. The next thing they were talking about, talking about another woman who lost her baby or something. They didn't come early. They went to the church to pray over the baby, and while they're doing that, by the time they come to the hospital, because they were trying to avoid CS or something, baby died. I don't know, it was just a sad story. And I was like, you guys, I'm here. This is my first experience. How can you be saying such negative things while I'm here? But it was just nothing to them. Within few minutes, I was already cut open. Baby was out, and doctor was like, madam, I found out the reason. My baby had the umbilical cord around his neck. Umbilical cord around his neck. That was a very, very, very risky situation. I mean, if I had pushed, it's not all doctors that would have seen this. In fact, the baby's head had to actually come out a little for you to be able to tell that the cord was in the neck. And if it's telling you, okay, if there was a miracle, there's a way you could do it and say, okay, wait, don't push yet. Let's try to unhook the cord before you continue pushing. What if I get so, I wasn't patient and then I pushed? Hey, it won't be the same story. I would have just the poor boy. Or they didn't know and then I pushed. It would be so sad. I can't even imagine. A waste of 9 months, baby, no, all the pain gone, no results. It would be really sad. So I was happy that he came out fine. Not less than 10 seconds after, he was already shouting. They took him to clean him up. It was later, after some few seconds, that they brought him back. They're like, show me my baby, look at my baby. The first thing I was just seeing was his pee. I was just doing like, who is that person? Did I give birth to that whole human? That person, who is that? Who's that boy? So they cleaned it up. My husband had to leave videoing me, and then went to check with him. They checked the weight, cleaning up, dressed him up. While the baby was being taken care of, meanwhile, during the surgery, the doctors used blood expander on me because when it comes to blood transfusion, is a no-no for me. So anything that I needed to do to avoid getting transfused, I would definitely do it. Unfortunately for me, throughout pregnancy, my blood count was very good. In fact, the numbers were like synchronizing with the numbers of the weeks. Like 36 week was like on 36.37. It was like increasing like that. So it was already fine. Then plus the blood expander, it was just perfect. So I didn't have to worry about being blood transfused and all of that. So baby was being taken care of, and then after the whole surgery and cleaning him up and stitching me back on, I went to they carried me because of course I can't feel my leg at this point. They carried me to the recovery room. That was where I was. I slept for a while, and when I woke up, I couldn't really open my eyes. I actually noticed that my eyes were swollen. I reacted to the medications, so I react to strong painkillers. So, but they gave me some things, and then it cleared up really quick. Not long after that. So, yeah, we slept through the night, rested, and the next day I was encouraged to walk. Walking is another thing. I could literally feel the drugs wear off, so it was another thing learning to stand up. When I stood up, I was in so much pain. It was like my belly was resetting, like when you have a bowl and there's rice in it. I don't know how to describe it. And then you turn the bowl this way, and then the rice will move this way, and then you turn it that way. It just felt like everything was, as I stood up, everything was going back to its normal position. And it was so painful. But I endured. I had to do it because they said you have to learn how to walk as soon as possible, start moving around. That the more you do that, you heal faster, and then they can discharge you. Otherwise, you stay longer in the hospital. So I did that. I moved around. I was walking like an old lady. I just slouched a little while walking, and I felt very light. Baby wasn't there anymore, and I already lost so much weight during this pregnancy. So I was feeling very light and cool with myself. Then urine was another thing. By this time, the catheter was already out. So for the urine, I'll try to go. I can't control it. Like I can't say I want to pee or I want to poo or anything. No, I have to wait for it to come out when I want it to come out. So I have to learn all of that all over again. And for the bowels, when you have surgeries like this, it's like your bowels shut down temporarily. So I was given soft stool softeners. The nurses would that come to check my vitals from time to time, and the same people who gave me pain relief medications through drip were the ones that inserted the stool softeners. I know too much information, but for those of you who are like me or who are like me who don't know about this will probably come in handy for you to learn a thing or two here. So they inserted it like 2 or 3 times, different times. I don't know how many times they did that, but before the surgery, I barely ate anything. It wasn't like I ate heavy, so not because me, I was even worried. I used to the story about people giving birth and then they might have to do number two, and it's not a bother for the nurses and doctors. They'll clean it up and everything, but I don't know if that was what I was thinking about that made me not eat so much a day before, or I just wasn't, my appetite wasn't just great. So yeah, that happened, and they ran so many tests on us, ran tests on my baby and I. For me, there was malaria in my system, so that was being taken care of. They started giving me medications for that, and my son ended up having jaundice. I don't fully know how jaundice happens, but I know it has something to do with the liver not being able to push out the red blood cells. Like the liver wasn't like functioning properly the way it was supposed to do, and that causes the skin to have some yellow patches, to be yellow, and the eye too will be yellow on the baby. So what they do is that they take your baby and then put him under a blue light. The blue light is supposed to help to keep him fine, and then let all those yellow stuff wear off. Yeah. Well, sometimes they use sunlight, but around that time of the year, we weren't getting so much sun. Although there are days that I put him in sun, but it wasn't enough. So that blue light actually helped, and it was not easy. Many babies will struggle to stay in there. They don't want to stay in there. They have this blindfold for the eyes to protect their eyes from that light. So they have to stay in there all through the day. But the nurses, the matron told me that every 2 hours I have to bring him out and breastfeed him to keep him hydrated, because that thing can really burn them up. In fact, it did a lot. I would moisturize his body with coconut oil and put my baby under that light. It was as if I was, this one was more than sun tanning him. It became so dark, so dark at that moment. But my own was like, I just wanted him to be fine. I wanted him to stay there, and then so that we can leave the hospital as soon as possible. So that was my whole experience on how I gave birth to my baby safe, from having complications at last minute to having my baby safe, healthy and fine, and I was fine too. So if you're pregnant and you're about to give birth, please be open-minded about the whole thing. You might go there having in mind that you want to have a vaginal delivery, but if anything happened and the doctor is saying that you need to do a CS, please do not hesitate. Don't try to form Hebrew woman thing. A lot of people have lost their lives or their baby because they are afraid of C-section. Just do it. The most important thing when people say safe delivery is that mother is fine and then baby is fine. If both of you are alive, then that is fine. That is safe delivery. So it doesn't matter if it is through vaginal or they cut up open your tummy. And now C-section is not like before, where they just slit open your belly. Now they do what they call bikini cuts. If I'm wearing a bikini, you can't even tell that I had the surgery. It's a very thin line. I healed very well, and it's very small, so you won't see it. So you can still do your CC and passion after surgery. It is perfectly fine. Come to the end of this video. If you enjoyed this video so much, or you learned a thing or two, please give it a thumbs up and comment in the comment section. Please do not forget to subscribe and tell your friends to subscribe. Please help the ministry. We need to grow. This is road to 100 subscribers. Please help me achieve that goal. Thank you so much for watching up to this point, and lots and lots of videos coming soon, so stay tuned, and don't forget to push your notification bell so that anytime I upload, you'll be the first to know that I've uploaded, and then you'll be able to see and watch my videos. Thank you so much for your support so far. I appreciate it a lot. Have a good week, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.